My name is Leslie Smith, and recently I have been told I was lost, that I had wandered too far from the map, that my way was wild and my compass broken. But I've come to see that maybe lost is just another word for becoming. I am not confused, I am exploring. I am not misguided, I am listening. To the whisper beneath all the noise, to the current that moves before thought can name it. I no longer need to convince or correct anyone. I do not seek validation or confirmation, and I have stopped trying to wake up those who are content to dream. My work is to walk, to feel, to grow in my own rhythm, and let my light fall where it may. If that looks like wandering, so be it. I would rather be lost in truth than found in someone else's illusion. So I'll keep walking, not to prove them wrong, but because this path, uncertain and sacred as it is, feels like home. We live in a world charmed by the idea that we are knights on a quest. We will ride into the dark of others' minds, light our lanterns of truth, and rescue them from slumber. And so we stand with our watchtower of certainties, our bag of arguments, our arsenal of insights, determined to rouse them, to shake them free from their dreams. But the curious thing is, the dreamer cannot be awakened by the dream watcher. The one asleep hears the alarm, but it is still their sleep. The man shouting outside the cave may bang on the walls, but the echoes return to his own ears. To grasp what is going on, imagine the river. Waters flow along their course. You may station yourself on the bank, wave your arms, shout, "Wake up! The water is moving!" Yet the river knows nothing of your exhortation. It just flows. If you cast a rock, you disturb for a moment. But the river returns to its nature. It cannot be told of its own nature, it must live it. In his words, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. Likewise, the person who is asleep is in living identifications, judgments, and attachments, cannot be awakened by our arguments, insults, sermons, or even kind coaxing. Because awakening is not simply the acquisition of ideas, it is the dissolving of one's boundaries, the seeing that the watcher and the watched are one. It is a shift so intimate that words can ironically only point to it, not cause it. Therefore, the drive to awaken others can become a subtle insistence of ego control. You say you must wake up, you must see what I see, you must become who you are. Yet this becomes a new bondage. You tie them to your vision of awakening. Then you stand in judgment of their sleep, believing your task noble, your purpose grand. But the moment you cast yourself as the awakener, you become part of the same dream, the dream of separation between awakened and asleep. Here's the gentle, liberating insight. The only true awakening is not granted by you, but glimpsed by them when the conditions ripen. You cannot open the lock for another. You can simply sit at their side, hold the candle, and be still. You can let your own light burn clearly, and when they are ready, they might walk in it. Or they might not, and you find that that is perfectly fine. In practice, this means you stop the constant tug of war, the subtle pressure. You release the role of savior, the mantle of teacher as someone who must deliver. You trust the river, you trust the mover, you trust the unfolding. You let them be where they are, not as a failure, but as part of the whole play. For you are not separate from them. You are also in the dream and awakening. You are the river, the bank, the stone. Consider this paradox. When you do not try so hard, something deeper happens. The listener relaxes. The walls of resistance drop. The mind opens. The sky of awareness appears not because you convinced, but because you stopped convincing. You became quiet. In that silence, the yet unseen might stir. And the grander view, the universe does not labor with you to wake up your friend. It whispers, it nudges, it allows. You are part of its orchestration, not its controller. When you accept that your function is not to force but to reflect, you enter the dance. And in this dance, to stop trying to wake up others becomes a deep act of trust. Trust in life. Trust in the process. Trust in the sacred rhythm. So the invitation, be present. Be luminous. Be your own awakening. And let others drink of that light if they will. If they don't, you're still whole. You still flow. The river still sings. In the end, perhaps the only thing you can awaken is your own heart. And in so doing, you awaken others, not by pushing, but by being itself.